So I'm already like seeing the vibe or whatever. So we're all talking about, they're just talking about stuff. I'm waiting for my food. I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat or whatever. So I ended up getting the shrimps and grits. Oh my God. I don't know. It was good. So then TT ends up, because there's another lady that's there that she's an actual nurse too or whatever, and she was having a birthday party coming up and they were starting to discuss it, and then she was discussing about her daughter getting a BBL. So that kind of piqued my interest because of course even though I got denied, but I knew I was going to eventually get it. So I started asking her questions about it, like what was the process? How did your daughter like it? Does she like the results? Like, did she have any complications? Just asking her, questions or whatever. And then TT goes, what, you thinking about getting a BBL? I said, yeah, I've been thinking about it for years, just like that. So as I'm talking to her in the peripheral of my, my vision or whatever, like me not having to, like I'm talking to her friend, the other nurse, and her and the girl that's sitting next to her, they're like whispering or kind of talking to each other. Then her friend says something about like something about the gastric sleeve. I didn't hear her completely because I was so like invested in asking her about her daughter's experience with her BBL, because her daughter went to Miami to go get her BBL just like everybody else was going to Miami to get their BBL. So then all of a sudden, because they noticed I didn't hear it, I see TT like nudge her like basically nudge her to say it louder or say it again or whatever. So when she says it louder this time, we done stop talking because my food is out and I'm about to eat. And she says it again, and I was like, I got that. Like, I would recommend it if just like the whole spiel that I give every time somebody either asks me about my weight loss or that happens to come up. So in my head already, I'm like, why would you do that? Like, what isn't so why are you so invested about me having the weight loss surgery that you have to nudge your friend to ask the question again? Like, what do y'all be talking about? So I already had peeped that. So when this, because we're still in May, so I'm fast forwarding. So when we're in, because they had, and so in January they ended up planning another one, but I couldn't make it. So I was like, the next one I'm gonna make it, because the next one was in July. So I was like, okay, I'll definitely come to that one again. But after that whole situation, when she did it at the first one, I was like kind of hesitant. So I'm like, I'm gonna see what happens in July if I'm still feeling the same way. So when she's talking to me about like I said, like she was really desperate for a man, so she was always going, I don't know what website she was going to, but she was always meeting these African men. Not trying to say anything like bad or anything, but it was like the ones she kept meeting I knew were scammers, because Netflix had a documentary on you know those scammer type people. So everything that she would used to tell me or whatever, because back, God, I can't remember what year it came out, but there wasn't as advanced as there is now. So a lot of techniques they're able to make look realistic. Because then I found out how they were actually doing it in real, like now, like in updated time. So she was telling me about the guy that she met and that's in Africa. He's really from Texas. He's from Houston, Texas, but he's over there in Africa. His son is with him, and it's like this whole thing. So she was telling him, like he was telling her, like he's gonna come with his son and everything. She was ready for this relationship and everything. Like she was ready for him to come to the States and all that other stuff. It was fishy to me, because then when she started explaining to me, like when she was sending him money, mind you, she's not working. She's not working. She's basically going. She's her son. Her because she has an older son or whatever. He started working, but she was really relying on her savings for everything she had or whatever. And she was like, when she would send him money for the little boy, whatever his excuse was, I think he was like, his money is frozen because they're over there. And because he was sending her documents of all this to make it seem like he was a legit person. And then she would say that like they would FaceTime each other, but it was always dark because you know where they're at, their electricity like goes out certain times because she really never got to really see his face. I'm like, this lady is a grown ass, like, and I'm not trying to say nothing because even to 2024, you're still seeing people that's still getting these type of shit happening to them. It's crazy. So one thing that really sent like 16 fucking red flags was she said that when she sent him money, she doesn't send it under his name, she sends it in another person's name. And because she's the type of person, like I said, like it seemed like every time I would tell people like certain things, they'll get in their feelings and don't want to listen to me. They felt like I was like either trying to sabotage or I was jealous or something like that. So I didn't say nothing. Because in the documentary, that was one of the ways they would get the money. They would tell you one name, but the actual name that you were sending it to that person was the actual person you were speaking to. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, she didn't send that much money to him or whatever. So when this particular day comes,